NBA prize picks for Monday, January 6th. I'm Sniper from DFS Army back in the office. We got 4 prize picks, streak plays to go through. We're going to break them all down, make a pick for each, pick a favorite, maybe give you guys a pair and a play as well. For now, though, hit that like button. I'll hit the intro. We'll go to work. All right, first play for us to look at today, it's Anthony Edwards, 24.5 points. Going to head on over to the DFS Army Proptimizer. This tool lets you compare prize pick lines, sportsbook odds, and our projection model to help you find plus EV plays. We got Sleeper, Underdog, DraftKings, Pick 6, Parlay Play, tons of stuff in there. Link in my bio or in the description on YouTube if you want to go and check it out and get more plays as well in the Discord. All right, Anthony Edwards is the first play we're going to be looking at. And it was 24.5 points. Looks like we are right on the number in terms of odds value here. Actually, a little bit over. DraftKings has it at minus 125. Just a little bit of juice towards the over, which is interesting because he's only been over in one of his last 5 games, 3 of his last 10, really leaning towards the under here in terms of his trend line. Projection, though, which I think is more important. I've said it a few times. These last 5-10 charts, they're interesting to look at, but they're usually the least important. I prefer odds, projection, and the DVP matchup. Our projection model is at 24.73. Let's take a look at the matchup here for Anthony Edwards playing the 2 against the Clippers. Shout out to #basketball, free DVP site. And it's a tough matchup. The Clippers allow the second fewest points per game to the shooting guard position. So my projection is just slightly over. My odds are over. My form and my DVP are under. When he just exploded for 53 against Detroit. But other than that, the other 2 games that he was over this mark, he was just over it by like a bucket. I think the matchup's going to be too great here. I think some people are going to get burned looking at the 53-point game log here. I would lean towards the less than on Anthony Edwards. Not my favorite play on the board, though. Let's go Tyrese Haliburton, 18.5 points. Let's break this one down. Go back to the Proptimizer. Just pull up Tyrese Haliburton. That easy to do. Looks like our odds value is on the over one more time. Actually, some books have it under, though. So DraftKings, Bet Rivers, Bet Park, slightly towards the under. I'm trying to figure, and really the biggest difference, though, is ESPN Bet FanDuel just towards the over. Put them all together, I think we landed just barely towards the over. The odds are just shaded that way. He's been over in 4 of the last 5 games, but only 5 of the last 10 overall. So on a nice little stretch here to start the year, really dating back since the 27th in the game against Boston. Projection model is over at 18.85, and the matchup he's got is Brooklyn. So let's go back to our DVP chart, pull up the point guard position. And it's one of the better matchups on the board. Brooklyn allows the 10th most points per game to the point guard position. I got form over, odds lean over. Everything is like just leaning towards the over. No reason for me to go against it. I would go more than 18.5 points for Tyrese Haliburton. By the way, you can use this tool for any play on the board. We also drop tons of our own picks for Prizepicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Sportsbook Bet, Straight Up, Single Plays, all in the Discord. Go and come and check it out there. Kellin Johnson, the backup for San Antonio, 18.5 PRA is the number we need to look at this morning. Kellin Johnson, PRA, again, it looks like our odds value is probably among the best on the board. Just 2 books have it right now. Bet 365, ESPN Bet, both at minus 125. He's been over in 4 straight games and 6 of the last 10. But first red flag here is that our projection model has it under at 17.78. Let's go look at the matchup for the 4 against Chicago. And it's going to be a good matchup to give up the second most points per game to the power forward position, the second most rebounds, God, and the first most assists. The matchup is too good all the way across the board. Getting some more minutes. The odds are over. I wish our projection was a little bit higher. It's like right on the number, less than a full point rebound and assist. It's going to be a tight play. I would lean towards the more, though the matchup is too good against Chicago for me to ignore this. I would go Kellin Johnson more than 18.5 PRA. All right, let's go to the end of the line here. Last play on the board, Giannis Antetokounmpo and a points line. The last time we played this, we ate a hook. I think it was a 30.5 point line, and he missed a free throw in the last 15 seconds of a game to cost us the win there. And we have to run it back here at 29.5 points against the Raptors. Let's go ahead. Let's see what some of the data's given us here. Still listed with this injury designation with the knee, but expected to play. No big deal there. In terms of the DVP matchup, or sorry, some of the odds value here, leaning towards the over, -120 on DraftKings, -130 just about on BetParks, BetRivers, ESPN Bet and FanDuel have it set at 30.5 with a little juice to the under. We're projecting him right at the number at 29.52. Not a ton of help there. He has been over in 8 of the last 10 games, so that's a little bit nice to see here. In terms of the matchup here against Toronto, let's go back to points. That's all we are concerned about here. And it's pretty much a middle-of-the-road matchup. 14th most points per game allowed, really dead middle of the league. You got Giannis over 8 of the last 10. Odds lean over. Projection is one of those that everything just leans enough over that is not one I'm going to go against the trend here. I would go Giannis Antetokounmpo more than 29.5 points. But let's break them all down and come up with our favorite plays of the day. I would probably, my least favorite play would actually be Kellin Johnson. I don't like messing with backup players in general. I got to start dealing with minutes. I picked him more. The matchup is really good against Chicago. So if you can get your head around the minutes, go ahead and play Kellin Johnson. It's not a terrible play. I'm probably going to go ahead and just pass though, but I would take them more. Third favorite play, any less against Anthony Edwards. I know he just went off. I think people are going to eat this one. But I would go less than 24.5 points. And even though he just put up 53 against Detroit, it was just one game. Second favorite play, I don't think I can lock in Giannis as a favorite play. Got a little bit of PTSD there. So I would go second favorite play, Giannis, more than 29.5 points, which means I'm going to lean on Tyrese Haliburton against the Nets more than 18.5 points as my favorite play. Probably my second favorite play. It's really close between Haliburton and Giannis, but this is where I would go for a Prizepicks streak play. You want more picks and plays? I'll see you in the Discord. Follow me on all my socials. I'll have straight bets out there. In addition to more prize pick plays. Again, I'm on X, my own YouTube page, as well as the DFS Army one, in addition to TikTok as well. So make sure you guys go and check out all those. Sniper wins pretty much everywhere. Appreciate all that. Hit the like button. This is our play of the day. Here's that daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests. Let's cash this ticket, and I'll see you next time.